Welcome back to an example of diagramming sentences in grammar. We're still in chapter 5 on possessive pronouns, and we're going to diagram one more sentence together. First, let's read the sentence. The girls did not bake their fudge brownies. Let's identify the subject. Who is doing the action? We see the girls is our subject, so we're going to mark it as subject. What action are the girls doing? Baking, but our verb is technically did bake. Here we have bake as our predicate verb and did as our helping verb. So let's identify that not in between really quickly. It's actually describing how they baked and the fact that they did not do it. So we're going to show that not is modifying bake as an adverb. The girls did not bake. We also have the as an article adjective modifying girls. Which girls? The girls. Next, we're going to identify, let's see, our direct object, because this predicate verb takes a direct object, and the noun is brownies. So brownies is our direct object of this sentence, and it has two modifiers, their and fudge. They're both telling us what kind of brownies. They did not bake their brownies. They did not bake their fudge brownies. What kind of brownies? Here we go. All right, it's time to diagram. So like usual, we're going to start with the subject and the verb. Make our diagram skeleton. Girls. And then technically our verb, remember, is did and bake. Did bake. Our helping verb and predicate verb both go on the same line. But importantly, what kind of bake? They did not bake. Good. And we need the, because this modifies girls. And our direct object, don't forget our direct object will have a line only halfway through. And we'll write brownies. Good. What kind of brownies? Their fudge brownies. Their, again, just as a reminder, is a possessive pronoun. So it's acting as an adjective, but the word there is a possessive pronoun. Instead of using the word girls again, which is the antecedent, we're using their. It would sound a little awkward and stilted if the sentence read, the girls did not bake the girls' fudge brownies. So we're going to use their to show possession and be a pronoun. So their and fudge both go under brownies. There you can see the full diagram. Now let's check for all our elements. The girls did not bake their fudge brownies. Excellent. Now let's move on to another sentence. Let's see if I can fit this whole thing in. They baked their delicious blonde brownies instead. Ooh, a continuation of the story. Let's look for our subject. We have they as our subject. What's our verb? What are they doing? They're baking. So baked is our verb. Does this predicate verb have a direct object? What are they baking? They're baking blonde brownies instead. So we know blonde brownies, specifically brownies, is going to be our direct object. And does this direct object have any modifiers? It has quite a few. What kind of brownies? Blonde brownies. What kind of blonde brownies? Delicious blonde brownies. Whose blonde, delicious blonde brownies? Their delicious blonde brownies. Try saying that 5 times fast. Blonde brownies, blonde, blah, blah, blah. There we go. 3 adjectives. Delicious blonde brownies. Instead. What part of speech is instead in this sentence? Is it modifying the word brownies? Not brownies instead. That doesn't make sense. Are they instead? No. Instead goes with baked, because instead of baking something else, they baked their delicious blonde brownies instead. So instead is actually an adverb in this sentence. So let's show that it's modifying baked. All right, I think we've labeled and analyzed our sentence. Time to diagram. We're gonna make our skeleton for they baked. Subject and verb go first. And then our direct object, don't forget this line halfway through, brownies. That's the core of our sentence. They baked brownies. And now let's add all our modifiers underneath. What kind of brownies? Their brownies. What kind of brownies? Delicious brownies. What kind of brownies? Blonde brownies. And instead is going to go under our verb because we labeled it as an adverb. Let's check one last time for all the elements, and then we'll be finished for today's grammar review. They baked their delicious blonde brownies instead. All right, that's all for today. Hopefully this review can help you identify different parts of the sentences that you're doing on your own.